to practice in Nigeria, and I'm in the process of perfecting my licensing journey here in Ontario, Canada. I do have, thank you, I do have my master's and PhD in law from Nigeria and the United Kingdom. My master's from the UK and my PhD from Nigeria. I also want to state that whatever opinion I'm giving here is just strictly educational and does not create any legal binding relationship between I and the host or any other person listening. So we are here to chat and just to engage, to learn. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Just off the side chat, you said you're trying to get your license in here in Ontario. Are you have you done the NCAs?
Yeah, I'm just concluding that.
You're just concluding the NCAs, okay? Because I just wrote the baristas in February. I passed, thankfully.
You are now a lawyer in Mary, they don't cut one of your leg.
Yeah, just.
Are you on the foreign trade lawyer group? Are you on the FTCL? Oh, okay, yes. That's good. That's good. I'll probably find you there. Loretta, okay, that's good. That's good. I'll probably find you there. Loretta's group. I'll probably find you there. Already my licensing journey here in Canada. Hopefully that should be out of the way soon. And like Sarah said, whatever I'm saying is not an opinion. It's just merely an opinion. It's not proven in court. So until that, everything is still up in the air, and I don't have any relationship with either party. So it's just merely public opinion. So please don't quote me for what it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mary, you don't remind them that it was my mother that helped you become a lawyer.
Oh yeah, I schooled that. I went.
Then that's, and you can see it to the latter that this is true. Yes, I made this statement, but they were true. They weren't false. Now, if you're coming to apologize and retract your statement, it then shows that you're willing to state that what you earlier said was not true, which shows you actually made it. So apology here, it's a very dicey thing and it's very sensitive. It's a good path to take, but it has to be taken with the genuinity from both parties, sincerity of hearts of both parties, in good faith, if I would say. So therefore, probably there's a discussion, a form of mediation outside where somebody would intervene and it will come up clearly that, okay, I'm willing to apologize. Apology should not be used against me. I'm apologizing in good faith and this should not be used against me afterwards. I think that would be a more tidier way to go about it. Because there are implications for apologizing as well. If the other party does not take the apology or is not satisfied, so to say.
Okay. Now, the court documents also said that he must retract and remove. So does that mean he's going to come? Yeah, I have it here. Does that mean he's going to come to Honest Bunch and tell us to bring it down legally? What does that imply?
Okay.
If he apologizes, that is, if he follows the path of apology.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that he could appeal. He's expected to make efforts getting those information offline, and part of the effort would be meeting with the show, the Honest Bunch podcast, and requesting that they remove it.
And if we don't agree to remove it?
Yeah, that's another issue. In fact, another issue is implications with the organizers of the show too. But that is just.
But they can't be joined as a party because they are not. I don't think they can be joined as a party for this situation.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Academic debate, can they be joined as a party cited?
It all depends, because as a host of a show, there are certain, what will I call it? There are certain standards that are expected of you.
Like to investigate.
Duty of care that is expected. So with respect to cautioning certain, it's just like being in a group chat where certain informations are being disseminated and you're the admin of the group chats. There are certain standards expect. Of course, you do not have absolute control over what somebody would say. You have your defenses. However, there are certain level of duty of care that should come from you, and you should be able to show that you have taken measures to put these things in place, and it just went out of your control. Or yes, you should be able to share, okay, before you come on this show, you will definitely sign an agreement that you're going to make sure whatever you're saying is true. You're going to make sure whatever you're saying is true. Don't make any offensive statements. Daddy Freeze does that on his shows. On his life, it's not any different, because you're the host. And if anything should come up, there is somebody that will be held liable. Or not liable, like responsible for what is happening. So you could say there was no intent to harm, and you guys were neutral. You're a neutral third party, and there was no intent. You were not there was no intention to promote a defamatory statement, and you can prove that. So.
Okay. Now we are hypothetically assuming that Robbie wants to apologize. Now, in a scenario where Robbie does not want to apologize, what is the legal way forward?
Legal way forward. Okay, sorry.
No, go ahead. I mean, it's the same thing. You give your demand. After demand notice, you give, I think it's 30 days in Nigeria. If they give the 30 days, you don't take it down, they can proceed to file an action, and it kickstarts the entire legal process. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So if I want to, drill down what she had said. So they could decide to commence an action. Maybe it's a civil action or a criminal action. And in commencing it, if you want to commence an action, we already know that, okay, it will be one, defamation. And to prove, you have to be able to prove it. Sorry?
I said libel, slander, and the rest.
Yes. So with defamation, you have to prove that a statement was made, and statement referred to her, and it was published, for third party, and of course, it had an impact on her reputation. So all these things are. There's some kind of prima facie evidence to show for what is required to establish defamation as a case now. Yes. So to proceed with that, that is on one leg. And of course, Robbie would have the opportunity to respond to the action against him. And there are defenses he could also raise.
Okay. Mary, do you have anything to say?
No, she said it all. You have to prove the elements of the thoughts that you are alleging that has occurred, which is that a statement was made or it was published. Third parties had access to it. It damaged her reputation. Basically, that's it. Those are like the elements of the offense of. It's not an offense, but sometimes it can amount to an offense. It can go criminal, but it's more of a thought action. So yeah.
Now, I got this letter from, on the blogs, by the way, from a lawyer called Bolanle Cole. Dear Robbie, I write in response to the recent suit instituted against you in the sum of 100 million naira arising from circumstances surrounding a marriage that by law still subsists. We will also be writing to the U.S. Embassy regarding allegations of a fraudulent marriage entered into for the purpose of securing immigration benefits. I have taken keen interest in this matter and will be representing you on a pro bono basis. This matter will be approached with professionalism, diligence, and commitment to justice. What do you think about that?
So the person is representing Mayowa, or who is person representing? Because I
The
don't
person
really
is willing
understand.
to, let me, shall I read it to you again? Pay attention this time.
Please do.
From, maybe I should lock the comments because comments are very distracting and they don't have anything sensible that they are saying. From lawyer Bolanle Cole. Dear Robbie, I write in response to the recent suit instituted against you in the sum of 100 million arising from circumstances surrounding a marriage that by law still subsists. We will also be writing to the U.S. Embassy regarding allegations of a fraudulent marriage entered into for the purpose of securing immigration benefits. I have taken a keen interest in this matter and will be representing you on a pro bono basis. The matter will be approached with professionalism, diligence, and a firm commitment to justice. What is your take on that?
Okay. Let me quickly say something that my colleague would add to it.
Okay.
Very interesting. Very interesting. This raises a very gray area that people often ignore. Now, we will recall that they married traditionally. That is customary marriage, which is legally recognized in Nigeria. And I think, or I want to believe, that where this person, of course, we know that this is a lawyer that wants to give a pro bono service. Kudos to them. That's good, just to help. But now I'm going into the main context of the legal implication. So, this traditional marriage, most often than not, what they could just show as proof is the payment of the bride price, and probably there is really no documentation for that, but showing proof of payment of bride price and pictures and everything that shows that you were legally married, it shows that you're legally married under customary law in Nigeria. Now, there's something that probably was not attended to prior to her relocating to the US to proceed with another marriage. Is there proof to show that that traditional marriage between Mayowa and Robbie was dissolved properly the traditional way before she left? And like the marriage between Mayowa. So, if marriage still subsists and the bride price has not been returned and there is no proof to show that it was dissolved prior to her backing on another legally recognized union in another jurisdiction, it does have legal implications, especially with another country, because when you're coming in, you definitely, when you're filing for your visa, you filled your document, you probably stated that you were single. But there's something that still subsists, even though we take for granted traditional marriage and customary marriage, but it's still a legal union between parties. I believe that's the angle he's coming from. I don't know if Mary wants to say something. Miriam.
I agree, because now with traditional weddings and marriages, you can actually get a certificate from your local government. So it's actually recognized wedding or marriage in Nigeria. Although marriage under the Act takes precedence if there is a conflict, so to speak. right?
Yes.
But it's recognized. If you get married to someone traditionally, it's recognized. You can get a certificate from the local government. And if she goes ahead while the marriage still subsists, maybe bride price was not returned and all of that, that amounts to me, I want to believe it amounts to bigamy, right? Or so, unless that does not apply,
it could be traced to a lot of things, because
exactly,
there will be false representation there as well.
Exactly.
And so, I want to say, you did mention, you brought up something stating that you could get a letter from your local government stating that you've been married.
Yes.
If you look at how long, and I want to believe this, like probably some sort of a recent development, because it's been years back. I think they married 7 years back, and almost a decade ago, if I'm not mistaken. I stand to be corrected. And I don't know if that was being done then, or if they even did that. But at least prior to a form of documentation coming in with customary marriage, the bride price being paid has been the standard to show proof of a union. Whether that bride price had been returned is what is debatable, and I feel is the, will I say, loophole that this lawyer is seeing and want to, like, okay, build on.
That's deep.
I mean, even if as long as there's picture evidence, because I know there's something under the law that says, oh, picture evidence of people who attended the wedding or the exchange of bride price, all of that amounts to evidence that they were actually legally married, right?
Of course. And what will now be the evidence that it was dissolved?
If the bride price was returned.
Yeah, exactly. And technically, proving that everything boils to what you would prove before the court of law and evidence you can show.
Oh, we have a gentleman here who does not have internet and wants to join. This thing stresses me, guys. Don't be doing this thing to me. If your internet is not good, don't be joining. Has he joined?
No. I think his internet is a bit unstable.
Cynthia is calling me.
I watched any of your live talking about
Cynthia. Oh, God. Please, if your network is not good, don't be sending me requests. It stresses me. It stresses me. It stresses me. It stresses me, guys. You know I love you guys, but don't be stressing me. I'm tired today. Today is not one of those days. Did Cynthia dial me in? Girl. As in, my whole line is full. Cynthia, what's up now? I'm live. Oh yeah. Just send me request. Cynthia. Where is she? Okay. Cynthia, you're holding our flow. Answer me. You. Oh yeah. You want to come live and you not send me request. Send me request. I'm just bringing you on because the other people that were supposed to join are not here. I'm just stressed. I had a very stressful day, so.
Mary, I followed you so you can.
Oh, okay. Let me follow you on my other phone.
communicate moving forward.
I'm telling you.
So you guys can
The
show
dual-
yourselves long.
The dual license drama.
Yeah, this is the most physically challenging period of my life.
And mentally too. It's a lot.
Mentally, especially with a full-time job. I thought NCA was even tough.
You can imagine, even me, I'm doing this whole thing with also a baby too.
You okay now? Well,
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's actually a lot. A lot.
But you know, we are at the verge of completion, so
might as well just round it up. Amen.
Oh well, this is actually an interesting one, and it would expose a lot of things. Every issue that comes up based on things like this, people will learn a lot from it, and that's what matters. Like, what can you take out of the whole back and forth? Because hopefully it gets resolved between both parties.
There's nothing to resolve. She's married. She's moved on.
When I say resolved, I don't mean like coming back together as a couple. Like,
okay.
You know, there could be mediation, you know, between both parties. And
I think it's going to fizzle out. We're still fresh, right? I think it's going to fizzle out. Like every other social media drama.
Yeah. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, there are lots of cost implication when it comes to pursuing legal allegations here and there, you know.
So. Cynthia, are you here? See, Cynthia, we want to join. We know they here. Cynthia. Cynthia, oh. Oh, yeah. Accept. Because once I bring Oju like this, everybody go just scatter.
What does Oju take? Everybody's bashing the girl, but it is well.
You send me a voice note supporting the girl. Let's even hear it.
I wasn't supporting her, DF. I wasn't. I wasn't.
Good evening, Daddy Freeze. Let me talk before thing that comes, but I want to ask these beautiful young ladies. You guys just inspired me. You make me want to go to law school, but it's too late in the game. You guys can do it for me. Please.
Too late.
You're right, man. God bless both of you. Doing it with kids too. It's not easy. I'm abroad, allegedly. I don't want them to sue me, please. So I want to ask some questions first before I proceed. Can I counsel?
Counsel, go ahead.
Thank you. So me being abroad, and she's abroad as well, if I say some things that I read online, can I be sued without saying the word allegedly? Yes or no?
Depends on how you're reporting it. Are you reporting it as a fact?
Like you're saying allegedly, you're saying this is something, you're putting some caveat, like allegedly it's what you read online.
Sometimes, sorry, lawyers, I just want to, sometimes saying something as, according to Robbie, that alone sometimes
it
excludes you.
Or according to a social media platform.
Or according to a more social media. But like me that interviewed Robbie, I was part of the team that interviewed Robbie. I was in the studio with him. So me coming online to say, Robbie said, if I say Mayowa is not a good person, then that's me making a statement. But if I say Robbie said Mayowa is not a good person, that is me reporting Robbie. So if they say, I'm just assuming. So if they say, you said Robbie said, and I bring the video where Robbie said Mayowa is not a good person, Does that not exempt me?
I want to believe it. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. Not the author of the statement now.
Okay. I can proceed now. Thank you for that clarification.
So, you don't get
according to
stay here. What is your take?
I'm saying it now. According to what I read on the blogs, the traditional marriage was returned. As in, you know, when the bride price was returned, both families agreed that this is no more.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
let's hold that one, put it here. Let's just hold that one, put it there, right? Now, if you saw the text messages Auntie released today, if you read them word for word, Uncle was abusing. Okay, thank you. So let's hold that one too.
That's
put it up here.
It's okay.
Can we read some of the text messages? Uju, you are very good at this kind of reporting.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
No, I need you to do it.
Oh, goddamn. I don't have my other phone.
Get your other phone. Like, get your other phone.
Daddy Freeze, please now. You're
No.
now.
Mark Obama, Mimo wa Nigeria.
Daddy Freeze, I'm in America. It's direct. She's in
Ìyẹn ló wà important. Ṣebẹ́nu yín máa ń jó ni. Una mouth dey dance.
Allegedly, hello. Allegedly. Again, another allegedly from a blog. Oh. This lady used to send Robbie money. Oh. Robbie said on the podcast that she never sent him anything.
You know what's funny, Oju?
Yes,
I have not read this thing that was going around with the blogs today.
Okay.
Around 2 a.m. this morning, Canadian time, I sent that Freeze a voice note because he had asked him about legal implication of the suit. So I sent him a voice note and I said, from that honest, I responded to his legal inquiry, but I also let him know that, look, this is my take. From everything that was said on that podcast, it was so easy to jump in and be emotional. However, his story had too many gaps. Way too many gaps for me. You talk about how, and you know what's funny? In as much as his story had gaps, it also made me see what her complaints were. She indirectly complained that you were not being pushy. He talked about, she wanted a bigger house, she wanted this, she wanted that. How about she wanted somebody who could push beyond the limits? And she was also willing to push because, see, she went to America, she's already gotten a house, she's gotten this, gotten her papers. That's someone who is a hustler, who is very good at chasing down her goals and getting it. That's how I see it. He talked about the benching aspect of things. You guys were not this. You guys were actually married. If she says, babe, I want to believe that benching is part of marriage. It's part of the things that make marriage. If your partner tells you, I want it to be this way, you have to love me in my own love language. So if you love me and I tell you this is how I want you to love me, you can take that into consideration. It should be something you should consider. Love is considerate. And not look at it, I beg, one round is enough, 2 rounds is enough, I beg, don't disturb me, I cannot kill myself. You can't talk like that. You have to be sensitive to what your partner needs, whether it's benching-wise, emotional-wise, financial-wise. Secondly, there's something that he said that made me feel like we're not dealing with a man who is a pushy person, who is like, I want to get these goals, I want to get it out of the way. That's not who we're dealing with here. Said something about him being excited about small things like office parties. My office, they do potluck every time, parties. I can't imagine myself investing my time in that. I'm sorry. I will come back home first and carry my book first and read. When I finish reading this book, work, do whatever I need to do. Before I give, if I'm going to give office party time, it's going to be maybe Christmas party once or maybe summer party once, but I won't be there. Oh, he said something about, I just want to get my this. If I just get my sneakers here and get this and I'm okay. What if she doesn't want basic? I personally, I don't like basic. I want to be comfortable. I want to live a comfortable life. If I'm traveling, I want to fly my business class. I want to drive my Mercedes. I want to live in my nice house. and I get the goals. I don't just say I want it. It's something I can give to myself. So if I can give that to myself, I want my partner to pair up. I want my partner to be able to push. And she has shown that I am able to do this by traveling and doing her thing. Maybe he was not pushing. How about you take constructive feedback and you guys work towards it? And she was like, you know what? You're going to burn my kid. You're going to dim my light. I don't want to have to drag you and drag myself. It's going to be extra for me. Cut loose. That's probably what she did. And you're calling out to rival. Exactly. Even down to a job. Something about, my uncle gave me $2,000. My friend was even saying, why didn't you just at least come on at least 100 for me? This $2,000. I'm sorry. $2,000 is garbage money in this country. I'm not even in the US. I'm in Canada. Canadian dollars is lower slightly.
Yeah, but it's a lot to him in Naira. That's 3 million Naira.
Yes, but the mindset, the mindset that if you collect $100, because it's nauseating to me to think about it. If you collect $1,000, like I heard that thing when he said it on the podcast, I cringed. I was like, what the hell? Like, so you're even having this kind of friends that can tell you collect 100 or collect. What is those are basic things.
No, you can't say that. You see, no. I'm going to disagree with you there. For Mike Adenuga, owning a private jet is basic. For you, it is not. Exactly. It is unfair. There are people in America that cannot save up $1,000 in a month. In that America. So no. So the way you are putting it,
right, Daddy,
DJ Big N, I'm bringing you up next. DJ Big N, I need you on this live. You can't put it like that. You are undermining.
That she didn't want those things anymore.
And Mary, if I'm to come in here, that Prince has actually said part of what I wanted to say. Like, what is basic and what is luxury is relative and will forever remain relative.
Exactly.
Now, you are stating the kind of life this lady wants. Everybody has different kind of life they want to live. You're stating what she wants, what she desires. But how about you?
You're adjusting to it.
No.
How about you? No.
How about us? Sorry.
Would give you that lifestyle.
Sorry. How about us also? How? No. Hold on. I'm gonna bring a guy. Oju, please. I want you to go so I can bring DJ Big N. I want a guy in this. Before you go though, it is not okay. It is not okay to turn greed into a need.
What I don't like too is that
hold on. It's like me saying I own. Hold on. I own 2 pure gold Rolexes. I own a pure gold and diamond Chopard. I know DJ Big Girl probably has watches too and don't. And if I make a statement like, how can you not own a gold watch? That's like you are poor. No. Listen.
Rolex to me.
No, but $1,000 is a lot of money, DJ Big N.
A lot of money, DF. You're not getting
no. The way you said it is like running the guy down.
Yeah.
No, DF. No. I'm not trying to run him down.
The way it was portrayed, it's like $100. But it's relative. And the point I was trying to make here is this. Please, if I can just make this point. Now, how about she? Who knows what she wants?
She should have gone for it.
How about going for somebody that fits into what you want from the day one? This is somebody you actually dated for a short while. At least for a short while. They did date for a short while. They were married.
They
dated 5 months. Yeah, they dated for a short while. I think 5 months before they got married. Now, is it okay to desire the moon and the skies? Of course, it's okay to desire any luxury you want. But if you want to pick a partner, why not go for the partner? Not like, okay, this partner does not have everything, but let me just go with him for now, and later on, I will just cut off when I'm ready to cut off.
I think I think for her,
wait
for
now.
me,
Wait,
I
I'm
think
just trying we having this mindset that do I want to live? What kind of partner do I want? Of course, you can't have everything. What are my non-negotiable? Because you happen to like, and not just you, she has been presented a lot of instances as somebody that knows what she wants and goes for what she wants. Now, you're somebody, some people even say alpha, female, or whatever it is, you know what you want. When selecting somebody to be your partner, you would see some character traits. Does these character traits align with somebody you want to do long term with? This is your own duty this is your responsibility as an adult.
Yeah, DJ Begin.
I think
We dey wait for you.
Not just saying, okay, I went in and he doesn't really have what I want, cut him off. Go to the next one. He doesn't really. Why not take the time to do the due diligence, see their prospects before going in, rather than going in, determining that then cutting the person off whenever you feel like you
I think with marriage you can never 100%. You can never 100% know
and I'm not saying
before you go in.
I'm saying you would look at the prospects. You can never 100%. I agree with you. You can't know somebody's character.
What if? Okay, for example, now you get married to somebody. You feel no. I'm being honest. You get married to somebody. When you guys are dating, you're like, look, we're going to build this dream together. We're going to do this together. And then you guys go in. You realize that it's always you trying to be pushy, and the other person is not pushy. It's going to feel like you're being set back, right?
If you're doing that. In the circumstance of this case, so we don't digress to a lot of what ifs. In the circumstance of this case, after the marriage, they dated for a short while. I agree with you. It's possible that you saw some good signs and you got married.
Yeah, I can push with this person.
Of this case, prior to your moving out, you saw things that did not align with what you expected of this person. You saw things prior to then. So if you notice, from what I can gather, they've been having serious issue prior to her travel.
And she also wanted to leave the marriage even before she even traveled, from what I see from
she wanted
some of them. She wanted to leave the marriage before going to America.
That is where I come in. Why not just address the issue at the earliest time when you have the opportunity to? Why not just face it? What I see is nobody wants to be seen as the bad person here. But why not address it before you travel? Why do you have to already have traveled? Then you now found maybe all these things. And
I think for me, what I did not like.
This is still speculative because we don't really know the full picture. But everything I'm saying is just from the bits and pieces I know. So no, I don't know the full picture. But for whatever it is, you found
like
that this person is not what you want. Then why
you
not
cut it off?
Sorry?
For me, I think for me, because I told DF in my VN to my voice note to him, I said, what I fault her 100% for is the greed. If you don't like somebody, don't take their money. If he's sending you 200K, tell them I'm moving on from this marriage. I've let you know, and I cannot proceed. You let it go.
Once you have realized
clearly.
State things clearly.
State it clearly. Don't be collecting $1 here, $5 here. Move on.
Yeah, there are instances you might make your point no, and the other person will be saying no, it's two of us together forever, you're not leaving me. But you would have made your point known and you say, okay, this is the reason why. These are the issues I have been raising from time to time to time. Of course, marriages break up for different reasons. So it's the manner or the pattern with which that breakup occurred that is really an issue with most people. And the truth is that we still do not know the full picture. Whether she actually did this thing that we are talking about, whether she actually made it known to him.
When I listened to the podcast, I just shook my head. I just said, nah, this doesn't, nothing here.
It's not heard from the other side.
True. So let the man speak. Let's DJ Big N speak.
All right, DJ Big N in the building with us.
I'm not gonna come on this live.
Why?
You know, I won't stand on emotion, right? My darling sister on the right, the one without the scarf. You are one of the reasons why I got on this podcast. Yeah. I want to ask you one question. Were you born in Canada or you relocated to Canada?
Oh yeah.
I was born in Nigeria. I just relocated to Canada.
So please tell me at what point in time you feel like $2,000 is small money or it's not yet. Even today,
compared to the standard of living, it's not a lot of. I don't think my problem was with the $2,000. I think my problem was with the mindset. Oh, guy, if I just collect like $100, that thing just cringe. I was like, what are you people saying here? Collect like $100. It didn't make any sense to me. It was a little bit nauseating to me for him to say just move $100, just move 20. I'm just like, why?
And for me, that's the problem, right? So we're in an era where we don't want traditional men. We want liberal men, right? A traditional man will say, what are you going there for? We suffer here together. This has nothing to do with their case.
Yeah.
I'm implying a statement that you made that made me wear my shirt because I don't already did bed to sleep. I must attack this. So a liberal man, a 2K or 2020 compliant man will say, oh, why not? Let the wife go. Let's see greener pastures, Japa or whatnot. You know, let me still hustle here. Fortunately and unfortunately, I know Robbie. Robbie emceed my twin sister's wedding. Robbie emceed my other in-law's wedding. So I know him. Now, it is not to say that I'm here to defend Robbie. That would be a very stupid thing for me to do because I don't have a complete understanding of the case. So it's one thing for Robbie to come on a podcast and feel like that. I may get a little emotional and say, because I know Robbie, you know. And there's another thing from her own point as well, because there's no way she would present her own case that another person that is close to her would not feel that as well.
Will not feel it, yeah.
Now, you have to understand that in marriage, nobody wins. There's no winning in family feud.
Of course.
Where they can bring as much evidences as each person wants to bring. It is never going to be. You as the audience cannot weigh. Oh, this person did more than this. Whether or not the person brought $100, it is not easy. You see, you can criticize a deadbeat partner, but any man that tries to bring out money, even if it is $50, even if it is $100, even if it's $200, to say, oh, let me send as a quota to contribution.
God bless you.
To a family, no woman deserves to admonish that character. I'm not saying about other things, though. You're not supposed to. That should not even come up in a conversation. Oh, how much is he bringing? He did this. Any man that tries, because you don't know tomorrow. It's a classic case of, I've seen it happen times without times over again. A man tries. You don't know. Nigeria is a place where you can hammer tomorrow. Maybe you meet one person. Oh, this person, come and do this. And your thing changes. How much? Then he will not say how much is $2,000. So I don't want us to be caught up in, oh, he did not try. Now, moving on to because I just saw the screenshots. You know, when a man is in love, he's in love. Yes, you cannot throw away the baby and the bathwater. Things happen. You know, just the same way he has said his own thing that has happened. I'm sure things also happen in the same ramification of he said on the podcast that Mayowa can come and say. But ultimately, the thing about life is that when a woman is truly fed up, you see that song, when a woman's fed up, it is very, very hard.
Nothing you can do
about it. Very
She
hard.
talked about flirting, she talked about a whole bunch of things, and he did not mention any of that. Talked about ajoki.
Everybody will say their own side now.
See, that's what I'm saying. You see, Robin, fine boy, yeah? And even when he was, far back as 2015 when I've known him, even when he was MC weddings and stuff, there's a natural clinginess that female and attraction that female have for him. I'm not saying it's right. Yeah? But I'm just saying that they should, you know, if they cry, say, let's say you lift up on, you got they cry, say, who go mop the water? I don't think that happened overnight. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't think that happened overnight. You see, in
marriage was breaking down consistently.
Yeah, in marriage, what you do not curb, you enable.
Okay.
Ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ ń gbọ́ yẹn.
Facts.
He's just wise.
Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, you do not know, you live on running and you say, oh, okay, this person. And another thing is that once you sweep things under the floor, that carpet, one day it will all come running back. This man is in Lagos, 6,000 miles away from Canada. She is there. Nobody. It's a very cold place. It depends on the city you are in, right? A very cold place. You cannot come to Canada. Maybe for some reasons that maybe you don't have visa, right? Or maybe you don't want to come because that's another issue. I heard that maybe he just didn't want to come, right?
And that's another thing. Where was he not able to get a visa to visit? Like there are just so many things because it looks like she's been away for a while.
Do you know how hard it is to get Yankee visa? He said, according to him, on the live that day, he said he tried and he never got the visa. He tried more than once.
Okay, so now that is where, as a man, I say to myself in this marriage, oh yeah, come back to Lagos.
I also said that. I agree with that.
Come back to Lagos.
That long distance.
Do you understand?
Yeah, but something has commenced already. There's a process ongoing. So,
my dear, the man is the head of the house. So, okay.
I'm just trying to say he.
So if I say to you, stay there. If I say to you, stay there. If I stay there now, and this happens, so if I say come back, this might not have happened.
I agree.
What I'm saying is.
The decision that you made to go to Canada, the decision you made to go to Canada was you came to meet me and say you want to go to Canada. If it's not working out, or it's not, so I should leave you there and get denied and I'm not seeing you, we're not going to have babies, we're not going to have, like, what's the point? I might as well lose you to the game.
What I'm saying is both of them agreed to it. They invested in it. So the process of their investment is ongoing. There are a lot of things that were ongoing. So it's not as easy as we are saying it now. Like, this is something that they had a process ongoing. And take note, emotions are also involved. So it's not going to be easy for him to just retract. He could be looking at all the costs that has gone in and everything.
Let me tell you something there. Also, I'm not really happy when people bring back stuff. You see, with women, I feel like you guys forgive sometimes and you don't forget. So you forgive in the interim just because there's something in your head that tells you, okay, he's a great guy, he's going to cheat, blah, 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 blah. Then one day, the worst happens and you don't throw everything back. Because I'm looking at those messages from 2021 or whatever, or a long time ago. Oh, you did this with one girl, you flirted with one girl, you did this. You just try to go forward with it. If that was so much of a big issue, you should have ended the relationship there and then. If that's your breaking point. So, I don't like weaponizing things that you have, quote and unquote, moved from or forgiven me for. Now, let's move to the sex part. Sex is a very, very...
Just say benching. Bench.
Okay, bench, not bench. Okay, no bench. You said I went to bench.
Okay, just to code down because of this our...
Okay, bench. Don't think I hear that word, bench. Anyway. Because of benching, I feel like after commitments in a relationship, benching is the next order.
I don't talk this thing tired, DJ Begin.
Let me tell you, benching, they say marriage when money no dey.
Bah.
Are you sure?
Facts. Trust me.
Are you sure finances doesn't come first?
No, I am telling you. See, when you say I do, you have to go and, if you don't know how to bench, go and learn how to bench.
Mary, you are more invested in money than in the relationship itself.
I'm telling you this thing. I'm telling you, because of benching, women have stayed in a relationship longer than they should have.
100. 150, Papa.
If you don't want to be inside, but you see, I keep telling. So the last time I came on the Freeze Live, it was a little back and forth.
I think, sir, you
are unlock your camera, my darling.
Sorry, you are repeating what you just blamed or accused this lady of doing. And let me say something.
I'm not physically with you.
No, it's not an accusation. Like you just said, she shouldn't say 2K is small money, right? I'm coming somewhere now, and I agreed with you and I said everything is contingent. Now you're making a statement that after wedding, not benching be the main thing. That is also relative because you cannot state that okay, this is what should be of priority. And that was why I said, know what you want. What is your priority?
And go for it.
Hold on. Hold on. I want to tackle you there, Sarah. I want to tackle you there. Do you know legally, if you are not being satisfied in your marriage, legally, it is a grounds for divorce?
No, not only legally that it frees. Hold on, madam. Do you know that
Villageally safe.
Hold on. Listen, according to your vows, listen carefully. There is, for better or worse, in sickness and in health, a richer for poorer, right? There is no invention,
in everything.
No, there's no sex. No.
If you want to debate,
you must be there.
You can go whichever way. The long and short of it is, know what appeals to you as a person. Know what is your priority partner as a person. Know what the public. The problem is, a lot of people will say, when you are picking a partner, this is what you should look out for. Have you asked yourself within you, what is really important to me in picking a life partner as a person? Not what the general public would say, this is what should be important, because everything is relative. The same way she said 2,000 is not anything, the same way it's nothing to some people, and it's big money to some people as well. So what I'm trying to say is everything is relative, and I'm very cautious. Immediately I got the wind of that. I'm very conscious to make blanket statements. To say then she should be. She made it clear that is very important for her, and I give her the kudos for stating it. I've seen a video where she was saying this is very important. She made it clear.
Yeah, she said it in a video that was important
which
to
is
her.
not a problem. I'm not going to say why it's benching your priority. But make sure you are picking a partner that matches your energy with that too.
Madam, you've been saying, I need to address you. You've been saying matching energy. There's nothing like matching energy in marriage. Things evolve. There are things that there's a day where things will not be so far. Things keep on changing in marriage every day, every single day.
But you cannot say things keep changing, and when you're picking your partner, excuse me, and this is no hard feelings here. When you're picking your partner, you look at some qualities before you pick her. Why don't you just go by the roadside and say things evolve? Hey, hi lady, let's go married. Let's go get married. We'll evolve. You still, and that's where I'm coming to. That's the context I'm coming from. Looking at some features, of course, we might have 10 things we want in a partner. Let's say list of 10 things. We might find only 5 or 6 or 7.
This is where we will never see, and it's a recurring experience, especially with some most women.
I am just making a point.
Let me just land. Let me land. You will have checklists every time, and that is why let me finish.
Don't you have checklists?
Hold on.
You have checklists. Did you not pick a partner for a reason?
Let me explain something to you. You keep having an idea of what a perfect, or to some certain level, even if it's not perfect, the best of what it should be, and that is why there's always a shortcoming. That's why
you're getting me out of context.
Let me learn. I hear you perfectly. You are speaking English. I hear you perfectly, and I'm not saying you are wrong. Once again, there's nobody that is wrong. It's all about.
I expect a perfect person.
Do you know something? Do you know that as a man that has not self-actualized, that knows his full potential, that I can get this thing. You see somebody driving a Rolls Royce, says, I know I can get it. I know I can live this beautiful life that I want. I know I can give this to my family, my wife and my children. Do you know that sex automatically becomes short to him and a problem? Sorry, pension. Do you know that it is hard when finances are not on check for a man, and he's in a committed relationship? Not that he's just knocking here or knocking here. He's in a committed relationship. It is very hard to
that is an exceptional situation, not a normal. That's an exceptional personal situation that placed him in that condition.
So now, DJ Big, you've actually said the same thing I was asking you for. You just said when a man is not in the best position financially, he doesn't really worry about benching, right? So that means you've come back to where we were before, that finances it's in the order of needs. Finances might trump benching.
Exactly.
So you're basically supporting me, but you're not supporting me.
That's what I'm saying. So the thing about it is that I've seen a lot of women that I've seen a lot of cases, not just women. I've seen a lot of cases where the finance, because this finance is a common denominator in a lot of marriages. Not everybody get money. Excuse me. Not everybody get money. There are a lot of people that, I've seen the potential. He's a hardworking guy. I see him making it.
Work with them.
And you want to work with him and what? Well, no. I must give her credit because she actually went into a muddy waters. I must give her credit. But at the end of the day, you said you will stick with this guy with that. That should never be an issue. Because it's I do. It's not I do when there's no money.
When it's conditional.
I do when it is conditional. Because if he was giving you $2,000 every month, we will not hear the story of finances. It will be packed to one side.
And if she did not want again, she should not have been collecting money. I don't agree with that one. If you don't want again, don't collect his $500, don't collect his $1,000. Let it go.
I just don't like, I'm very against, you see, maybe it's two different scenarios. I'm just very against people putting men that try financially. And this doesn't have to do with marriage, even in relationship, even in girlfriend, boyfriend. The man that is trying. The man that is trying, I try, I go work, I go collect this small fraction. He said he receives 500,000 naira. Do you know how much 500,000 naira is? That's $200, less than $400.
$400.
So if he gives you $200 out of $500, literally sharing his money half for you.
And
now
that's what's
Mayowa the fraction and not the total of the money.
Hmm.
So a man that will give you $200 out of $500 means that he can give you $2,000 out of $5,000.
And for Mayowa, it was not what she wanted. What people are, it's just like when men are telling them, I'm not doing this relationship anymore. Their ears are blocked. They don't hear anything. All they hear is, we loved each other when we did this one then, we did that one 2 years ago. The man has come out to tell you indirectly, directly, I don't want this relationship again. Mayowa clearly wanted somebody who was pulling weight as much as she would pull weight, or both of them will pull weight at the same level and strength and might and get what they wanted. Because it said something about she wanted a bigger house, I don't want a bigger house. Probably what Mayowa was probably chasing goals.
Bro, you want a bigger house, you move to Canada, you want a bigger house, I'm still probably staying in a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom. How about us building for so you're
He probably wanted them to build, but he was probably not, or rather he was probably not running at the breakneck speed as she was running. That's the way I looked at when I read before I
is that a good thing though? Is that a good thing? Is that a reason for you to leave a marriage?
That's not a complete reason. However, in a situation where you speak with the person and say, look, hey, I want us to work this way. This is how I want, this is the life I want for ourselves. This is how I want us to work together so we can grow at this rate, This is what I want. Maybe she probably let him know, like, I don't think you're pulling enough weight like I would like. This is how I want us to do things. If he was not responding to stimulus, she'll probably leave. She will. It's just like if you're telling a woman now, I want to make love like this, I want to do this like I would like a woman that knows how to hustle and work and make money and do things, and the woman is just not getting it. Year 1, year 2, year 3, she's not getting it. You will leave her and go and find who.
Oh, but the problem now is that I don't subscribe to that school of thoughts. They don't marry. They don't marry yet. Why you marrying?
That is why I said everything is still going back to what I said. Know what are your preference. It's not about, and DJ was kind of saying I'm putting checklist. It's not about checklist. It's about you want something sustainable. We agree. We can't know somebody 100%. Things happen. Of course, somebody can be up today and go down tomorrow. We know. But what are the character traits this person has? Have you made your point known to this person? Like, oh, this is my priority. For example, please, and I'm saying this with caution. Lady A,
Why?
priority is. I'm saying you with caution. Lady A, her priority is. Okay, we have two things we've talked about. Let me use that.
Please, Lady A, please.
We have benching and we have finances. Benching and finances. To Lady A, benching might be more of priority to her than finances. To Lady B, finances can be more of priority than benching. Now, whatever is your priority is not even my problem, because I don't expect my priority to be yours and yours to be mine. But be true to yourself. Be true to yourself in your selection and in your sustaining what you have selected. Be true to yourself with saying, oh, okay, this is what is my priority. When you are even dating the person or
yeah, but they were insulting, and I don't want insult in the comment section. Yes.
Guys will not be saying, this girl, what her
I don't mind if
dreams
the
are
number
so
is dropping. The
high,
number is still good. It's
can I
573.
sustain this?
I'm not
This is
interested
my
in the comment section.
non-negotiable.
They are distracting.
This is my non-negotiable.
Make una pay money, I go bring the comment section back.
So
I'm enjoying the
everybody
conversation.
has their non-negotiable. A man might say his non-negotiable is that you have to, for the major part, not in
Come, they called me to turn on the comment section. Now money I go use take turn them on because you people distract the conversation. I'm sorry guys. I turned off the comment section because people were sending me messages that look, they are insulting them, blah blah. I don't want you to insult my guests. And the comment section does nothing for me. Nothing. It is the conversation that people are watching on other platforms, not the comment section. Now all of una now.
So DJ, do you get where I'm
So I just turned it off because it's useless. And I'll turn it back off in 5 minutes if I not see money from my account. I don't tell them. These people just like free things.
I think last, it's their problem and it's their business. It doesn't concern, to be honest, their problem does not concern me, does not concern any of them. They should do whatever they want. Someone is asking, is Mary single? I'm very married, please. Doesn't matter what they are doing or how they are doing it. I just wish them the best. I hope they can.
I just came when I heard $2,000 is small money. I said, hey, maybe I'm in the wrong profession.
It's not small money. It's not. I think I was more particular about the $100. Like, when my friends said I should just come on like 100, I was like, well, I was like, wait, why is this conversation coming up? That was where my ear like sprung up. I was like, $100 something. So I was just like, anyway, I get why Mayowa is nauseated. I can get from that conversation. But like you said, it's different.
I can't get any reason why Mayowa was nauseated over that. That is not right.
I don't know, but it's robbed me of the wrong.
You go get money for Naira, go call Aboki, go change them to dollar, consent. Hey, make sure you check the account number that is correct. Don't go and say wrong.
You confirm all those things. You guys are missing the point. Like, if they were married and he sent her that money and he has a friend, I wouldn't want my own friends to be telling me, Mary, don't just remove like $100. I don't know, but the mindset just rubbed me off the wrong way. If my friend says that to me, I might be like, what kind of friend is this? I don't understand. Why are you telling me those type of things? I'm sending money to my spouse, and why are you telling me to remove $100? Like, I don't know. I just found it to be a little bit weird. I wouldn't even want my own girlfriend telling me that just remove $100.
Maybe the boy is telling him to remove $100 because he knows he never chop. Don't go kill yourself, bro. Save $100 for Indomie.
See, let me tell you something here. What you just did was elitist mentality. Is elitist. I have $100. I have $100 is easy money for me. It should be easy money for anybody else. Because somebody does not have $100 does not mean they are not good people.
That's why I asked whether you moved to Canada or you were born there. If you're born there, then I understand that, okay, you don't understand the value of Nigerian naira. But
I understand the value, but I just feel like, for example, if I want to buy like a gift for my partner now, and maybe I wanted to buy...
Because your partner is in Canada with you and the two of you are earning dollars, it doesn't mean that a partner that is in Nigeria, you can't... These are the kind of things that make people go and do ritual. No, I'm telling you, I'm not joking. Jokes apart. Cause this thing is small money. Almost $100 is small money. You understand?
It's not money, and by all means, they must do everything to get
They
it.
will do anything because if woman leave person because of $100, almost the guy go make sure say that thing never happens again, ever.
I swear to God.
It
I
will
guess
never happen
the
again.
entire factor, Shara. I totally get everything you guys said, but when I was just listening to it, I was like, what kind of conversation are we having here? Like, are we talking about the main issue? Or are we talking about something else completely? It just
But
kind
you
of
know what this is? This is the kind of thing that should go through your head and you'll be like, you're not just $100. You're not supposed to come up for your mouth. No, it's not just what's wrong with him. It's fine to think about it, but to not use it as a bench yard or a judging tool.
Probably. But like I said,
Bench. Let me tell you, bench is a better thing because everybody get prick, everybody get bolahon, everybody get quick. No be everybody get
Money.
what is it called? Money. That your may guard will not get 200K for your account. If he wire you, you go leave your husband.
Yeah, I've told you this thing before. I was talking to somebody, and within 6 weeks, he was asking me for $1,000. Hey, it was not funny.
But it's at the bench.
He went to be bench. The way I discarded him,
He was asking for $1,000 for what?
It was like team trick. I said, what? The way I squeezed him and threw him out.
For what? Asking for $1,000 for what? To invest or what?
I think he was traveling and his dad passed or something like that, and he was talking about giving him $1,000. I was like, huh? Hey, I just said, it's okay. I chased him away because I'm like, I don't mess around like that. I beg. What the hell? Anyway, but yeah, I wish him the best. It hurts me kind of that he was crying on the podcast because it takes a lot for somebody to come out, especially a man, to come out and cry. However, there were gaps in the relationship, the story that made me know that this woman did not just get up one day and leave. She definitely gave you warning signals. The marriage.
Nobody did craze once. Something happened. Yes.
Things happened. Like it broke down.
Yes.
Step by step. So, but yeah, I hope they can drop all their lawsuits and move on, and yeah.
I pray they find things.
All right. Cynthia is here. Cynthia wants to talk. We have so many people lining up to talk. I have about 100 people.
Drop down.
After you don't go claim $100 now, you won't go run. No, you will face like 2 or 3 people before you go. I need at least. What's your body parts? Is your mind dirty? Is your mind not a body part? Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, okay, I don't know if you guys have already talked about this, but the angle from where I'm coming in is the fact that if I was this Mayowa lady, I think I would just be silent. 100%, because here is my angle. And Freeze, my angle is always different from other people's, right? Yeah. So someone who is down fears no fall. Yeah. Right? This guy is counting his losses from several years of investment, whether or not we look at the investment as tangible or not. He invested in his earning power, and I don't think anyone in their right senses should look down on that. He earned in Naira, he changed his money in Naira to dollars. We know it's not, how will I put it? Let me see if I can have the right. It doesn't make much, it doesn't amount to much when you have to convert like Naira to dollars, especially the amount that he mentioned, but he's having to relieve all the sacrifices that he made. And from the clips that you posted, I saw the part where he mentioned, he said, when I was sending her money, I couldn't get myself a car. I only bought myself a car after I stopped sending her money. That's to tell you how much he's had to endure just to send her money. Now, when I talk about having something to lose,
He's feeling that he's 48 years old. He doesn't have a child. He spent all that money, and there is no return on investment like he expected or anticipated, whatever that looked like. She, on the other hand, has gone to the United States. She has acquired her green card. She has purchased a home for herself, even before the marriage, and now she's married. And so the stakes are higher for her. Now, you're watching your ex on social media, especially one that went viral, count his losses, and you see him cry. I personally do not think that when men cry, it indicates a sign of weakness. I actually find a man crying as sexy. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, I don't know. Because for me, it just shows that he's vulnerable to express how he feels. So now she goes on social media, does one dance video, does one monologue about how the parameters around how she falls in love and all that good stuff. And then this man is expressing how he feels about the marriage, right? Then she hits him with a cease and desist. Freeze, let's just be honest. Who do you think will lose?
Explain to me. What do you mean?
Okay. She has a lot to lose. And I'll tell you why.
Mm.
You see, wait, hold on. I'm breaking it down. In the past, right? If you obtain your green card, you just go and sleep. Matter of fact, the package that contains your green card, when he gets to you, the first thing you will see is welcome to the United States, which means that even if you've been living there for 1 million years, it's that time you got your green card that they're welcoming you to the United States, which means, do you understand what I'm saying? Wait, hold on. And then in the past, before this current administration, if you have your green card, the only difference between you and a citizen is the fact that you are not legally allowed to vote while they can vote. You can't. That was the only major difference, right? Between someone who has a green card and someone who doesn't, or well, compared to someone who has citizenship. Which is why a lot of people, when they had their green card, especially their permanent green card, did not proceed to get their passport because they felt like, well, if I'm not traveling, it's a waste of money, since the only advantage is I cannot vote. And most foreigners are not interested in politics over here. I mean, Africans, right? So now she has a green card. We're in a different administration. We are in an administration that says the fact that you have a green card does not mean that we cannot remove you. Freeze, are you listening?
I'm 100% with you.
Freeze, is my camera on?
Yes.
But we're seeing,
but your ceiling is showing.
I really chop about since now I cut off.
Eba de and Wumi J.
So now we are in this current administration that says to you, having your permanent residence in our country is not a right, even though it is. We all know it is. But they're telling you it's a privilege. And now they're on a drive to find people who have lawful permanent residence to remove from the system over the slightest offense. I'll tell you something. Let me digress for 2 seconds. The day that I went for my green card interview, right? It got to a point where the woman was asking me yes or no answers. And then I answered no to a question, which I didn't quite catch, because my lawyer had already prepped me. She said, when it gets to that point, just say everything no. So I wasn't really paying attention. I was just excited that, because I waited 18 months to go for my interview. So it got to one point, she asked a question. I can't really remember what it was she asked. And then I said no. Happily, she looked at me, she squeezed her face, and then she squinted. And then I was looking at her like, what did I do wrong? What did I say wrong? She said, okay, pay attention. I'm going to ask you again. I said, okay, fine. And then she asked me, have you ever committed any offense of any kind? So now I'm wondering, why did she squint? I know I haven't committed any offense, not even the slightest offense. Then she said, think carefully.
I know I've never had any police case. Then I remembered that prior to my interview, 2 months prior, I was pulled over for busting a U-turn. Follow me now. And then the officer came up to me and told me what you did was illegal. And that was because I didn't stop where I was supposed to. Because, they have this white line when you get to the front of the red lights. But I had gone past it, so I didn't see that there was no U-turn permitted. So what I did was I burst a U-turn, and then they pulled me over. Gave me a ticket. I went to the courthouse, and because I was a first-time offender, I did a no-low. No-low means I'm not contesting it. And because I'm a first-time offender, as long as I paid my ticket, they will remove it from my driving record. So that way my insurance doesn't go up. So now when this woman squinted and was looking at me, she said, I want you to think properly. Any encounter at all with the law. Then I remembered that incident, and I said, ma'am, can I ask you a question? She said, yes, please. I said, does having a ticketed offense count? And she looked at me and said, do you have a ticketed offense? I said, yes, I burst a U-turn 2 months ago, and I actually paid for it. Then she said, well, where's the proof that you paid? I said, well, I didn't know that it will count against me today, but I have the receipt in the vehicle. Let me go downstairs real quickly and go get it. She said, no, you should have had it on you. I said, well, I didn't know it was going to be an issue, but I can go. It's just downstairs. Just give me 5 minutes. Then she said, you sure you paid? I said, yes, I paid. And she said, okay. Then she ticked something on my... Well, she proceeded with an interview. Now, why did I give you this story? Right now, we find lawful permanent residents being removed from the United States over offenses that are not even a felony. Just because these people feel like it. And this is because they have pre-warned us that we are here is a privilege and not your legal right. Even though naturally by every standards and going by the book and the Constitution, once you're a legal permanent resident here, it says lawful permanent resident, so it's your legal right. But we have an administration right now that's telling you we can take it away anytime. So now let me bring you back to Mayowa and why I told you that my opinion is different. She, again, without having to go back to all her achievements so far compared to her ex-husbands, right? I don't know if there are any biases about the story he told us surrounding their marriage, right? So whether it's, from what I heard, it wasn't legally conducted here in Nigeria, but they have a traditional thing which is recognized. So now let me tell you the implication Mayowa may be facing just because I have seen on different blogs, including Tunde Ednuts, where people are already tagging ICE and USC. Ha! Yes. Go on to the Ednuts page. Go and look through his comment section. There are people there tagging ICE, and there's more than, as the last time I counted, it was more than 15 people who are tagged ICE. Now, when you do that, you get their attention because there are actually people who are paid to sit on the social media pages checking for things, information, tips. Now, people have tagged ICE. People have tagged USCIS. More than one person. When you keep getting tags and you go through it, and people are repeating the same thing, it will catch your attention. Now, fine, she's gotten her green card. She's married to her husband now. But here is what's going to happen. The fact that many people are tagging ICE and USCIS, they will open an inquiry. Because right now, the people... That means they will go and bring somebody from Inquiry in Port Harcourt. What? I'm joking. No, they will open an inquiry. Like they will help. Please, someone help me. Like when you open an inquiry, they will investigate.
You just say inquiry in Nigeria, they say inquiry. Same thing.
Inquiry, not inquiry.
No. It's inquiry. It's inquiry. It's not inquiry, please. So
that's what we know it as here.
No, it's okay, Nigerians. It's inquiry. It's not inquiry. So now they will begin to look closely to her green card journey. Now, remember that this dude's story has trended online, right? And because Nigeria is a populous country and we have the crowd, the reason why it trended and made that, the reason why it's everywhere is because people are interested in this case, right? So now it's traveled far and wide. So now they're going to watch his tales. Let me say tales now because I don't know that it's true or not.
Now, they will compare they will try as much as possible to extract certain, what they consider information or maybe some half-truths or whatever, evidence, basically looking for evidence, right? So now they're going to compare the timeline that he gave against the timeline around how she started her green card processes. Remember that he said, I think someone said she got her green card under 1 year. So she was very, returns the price that his family paid, right? Which marks they are both considered still legally married in Nigeria. So the fact that maybe around that timeline, she marries someone over there, especially after Robbie has already claimed RNG, he used those terms RNG, and I promise you, these people know what RNG means. They will go compare the timeline that he gave against the timeline around her starting either her process or acquiring the documents itself. Compare it. They will launch an inquiry.
Sorry, I just want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Who told you she doesn't have a passport?
I'm not. Excuse me?
Who told you that she doesn't have an American passport?
I'm not saying that. Did you hear me mention anything about a passport? I'm talking about a green card right now.
That's what I'm saying. So she has a passport. What does all this mean? If she has
I'm not sure she has one, no.
So regardless of whether she has a passport or not, now let me tell you the thing. In the past, right? In the past, you have to have done something so criminally impactful, like maybe drugs or a heavy felony, right? For the U.S. government to begin to look into your naturalization process. But what I'm trying to tell you is that there's a new sheriff in town. Things have changed. So whether she's carrying a U.S. passport right now or she's carrying a green card right now, they will launch an inquiry into her pathway. That's what I'm telling you. So regardless of what she has as her U.S. document,
and they will revoke her blue passport, her American
one time.
And that's been done, right?
I'm not saying it's
American passports or
they can revoke.
I'm asking you a question. Has it been done before?
No. Oh, yes, before, yes.
They've revoked people's American passport.
Yes.
Can they revoke citizenship? I don't think so.
Oh, look at these people. Where are you guys? Okay, so let me just tell you something. I follow the news every day. I have alerts on my phone. I have information about what's happening to people, not just Nigerian citizens. Yes, they do. Yes,
passport,
they do.
Not green card, passport.
Yes. What is passport? Passport is your travel document. It's your citizenship. Let me tell you what's even more important. Is that certificate they give to you. Passport is just for you to travel. Your citizenship is that certificate they give to you.
Yeah, I know. And that's what I'm asking. Can they revoke after you have gotten it?
They've been doing it. Don't you see him do it? He's been doing it for citizens of countries that are considered even more respected than our. And don't forget, this man doesn't even regard us in the US. So what I'm saying, and the reason why I came in from this angle is because she has a lot to lose, especially if she knows that maybe there are some truths in what this guy has said. Because with all the tax that have gone out to USCIS, and then a lawyer now talking about representing him pro bono, of which he said he's already written to the U.S. Embassy. Once you write to the U.S. Embassy, they notify Homeland Security. That's it. They may not do it. She will go about her business normally and not even know that something is happening. You see, the thing with the United States is if they're not holding you here by the shoulder, you'll be going around thinking that all is well. The same thing for criminals. The same thing for our boys here that they come and carry. People like Hush Puppy and his friends. The thing is, they've been on the radar the entire time. They have your name and everything, your profile on their walls. The thing is, they will not go for who they consider to be a small fish when there's a bigger fish to fry. So they will do their investigation. So when they call you in for questioning, they're just asking you questions for formality's sake. They already know and have intel on you.
No, I didn't housekeeping. Thank you very much.
No, he's on the phone. Yeah, so that's the thing. So my take is, if I know that, let's say I'm Mayowa, which I'm not, and I already know that this guy is okay. First off, I've seen his interview. I feel pain. Naturally, there are two sides to a story. So me saying this thing is just talking about, I'm comparing and contrasting someone who has a lot to lose compared to someone who doesn't have a lot to lose. So I'm only just saying that if I am her and I know that there are some truths around what he's saying, my natural instinct would be, let me be quiet. I don't need to fan the flames of, this whole whoopla that's already out there. I don't need to aggravate him more. Because people are already taking the thing, they've run with it. So now whatever comes of it, I promise you, it will not be in her favor. She's the one who has a lot to lose. Because the thing with these people is, the day they decided they're coming for you, it doesn't matter that you have a mortgage. It doesn't matter that you are adding to their GDP. They will pick, it's that moment where they pick you, they take you to a detention center and they start processing you for removal. So whatever it is you've done, I have a mortgage on the first. Oh, my child goes to this. They don't hear. They're like Nigerian soldiers. They hear go, they don't hear come.
Anyway,
So
can I say something? Right? I feel like that's a good angle to look at it from. But you see, in this age of 2026, 2027, I'm on the same page with you. When we that's how it used to be, especially in this social media. But when they come for you, you don't say anything. You remain quiet. But unfortunately, times have changed. We're in an era where they will judge you if you do not
say anything.
If you allow something slide, it will have adverse effect on you. So there's no more being meek. There's no more being very humble. Oh, this person. Especially Nigerians, we run with what we want to see, and we're quick to move on to the next topic. Before you try and come and say, oh, this believe what they want to believe. So as it is hot like this, you exonerate yourself, speak your own piece, and leave it for the jury, because it's social media justice jury. Because now look at the flip side. All these things are happening. She might have maybe a business she's trying to pitch to somebody, or a job, or things that involve people, things that involve perceptions. She might be in a perception-based industry. And it's so easy right now. There are different AI models that you just type the person's name, you bring out the license for the last 20 years. It will summarize the problem. Like right now, if you just type this lady's name, ordinary meta will tell you the problem. And it might tilt towards Mr. Robbie's side, because she has no evidence to counter that. So we have to be careful when we balance these things. I feel everybody should say their own piece.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Okay, so now I hear you, and I know how painful it is for someone to tell you to sit on your hands while someone else is smearing you or goes on a smear campaign. I know how painful it is, but at that point, the question I'm going to ask myself is, at what cost is my silence coming to me? So that's when I will have a trade-off conversation with myself.
Exactly.
Ask myself, what do I stand to lose? If I lose a couple of deals here and there, right, I can clear my name over time, like legally. Like, for instance, she quickly did a cease and desist and slammed him with it, hoping he would stop talking. Do you think Robbie is going to stop talking? Because already there's a lawyer.
That's what I'm saying now. So,
my point.
Another person's side. On your marks, when you see something on social media, especially things that are very emotional like that, you win public sympathy.
Agree.
And the other person is automatically judged pending they bring evidence that can now divide the jury, the social media jury. That is why before now, everybody was against, blah, 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 blah. As she's bringing small evidence now, people are now like, oh, wow, we didn't know this happened. It is good to exonerate yourself, because we're moving, what was obtainable 10 years ago or 15 years ago is no longer obtainable now. You can go back and somebody say, oh, he's a big person, that person is mature. Or maturity doesn't help anybody. You come for me, I will come for you. Equal measure, shaking together and running over. Because my name that I've built for so long, that I've been quiet. I've been in this industry how long? Somebody will not come and put dots on my name. I would to the best of my capability, I would try and exonerate myself.
I hear you.
So she might need to do that too.
I agree. I hear you, but I'm just saying that she fanned the flames when she, first off, okay, remember before she before she came up with the cease and desist, she already did a dance video. If, let's say, the first time we heard from her, and I'm not trying to prescribe how she could have handled things, because it's her business, him, his business. But the thing is, she did a video, right? And people assumed that she was mocking him. She may not have, did that video to mock him.
You see, when we come in there, you see, the thing about human beings is that if more people count 1 to 60 before they do something, they probably wouldn't do it. You see, there's the ego, there's the id, there's the ego, and there's the super ego in psychology. You see, what people, a lot of Nigerians, we act upon, not even Nigerians, a whole lot of people, we act upon the id, immediate gratification, things that want to counter quickly. So anything that happens, we want to argue, want to save ourselves. But that ego, if you remove it out of the way, you think more clearly. Right? At that point in time, she just thought, they've spread my name, I must come level with it. You do a dance video. If she kept quiet and, put her thoughts in order on paper and now, compartmentalize it, she might have come out looking better. Because right now, that dance was just to mock, who do they? You automatically look silly by doing that, I'm sorry.
Right. And I agree. And that's why, and for me, if indeed Robbie has a very solid case of him saying something along the lines of, well, my family did not receive any bride price from her family, it means that
that's something that I want us to talk about. Lawyer.
That's even a felony in Nigeria, safe.
How?
Oh, okay.
Even in this country,
what's a felony in Nigeria? Explain.
Okay.
Yeah, but what if she was not married? What if she was not married in court? She was married only in the customary court.
It doesn't matter. The only time when marriage under the Act is where there's a conflict between the marriage under the Act and customary law. Then marriage under the Act takes precedence. But if you are married traditionally in Nigeria, you are married, it's recognized. You can get it, like I said, you can get a certificate from your local government if you are married traditionally.
And I didn't even know this.
But if she has returned the bride price, she can go ahead. She's not committing the offense of bigamy. She's not doing any of that because.
But what if he claims that he has not gotten it? What if she says she has returned it and he say never get them?
No, there'll be evidence.
That's why I said evidence
now. Yeah, maybe text evidence. That's why I said evidence. Or maybe they took pictures when they got together.
It's been nice talking
All right, bro. God bless you, DJ Big N. Everyone, that was DJ Big N.
Bye, DJ.
All right, there's so many people lined up for today. No. Just a little bit longer. Vicky, are you here? Victoria Nyama. Sabio, do you want to come? I don't want to just bring anybody today. Today is a special day.
Sabio has been commenting in the
Sabio, do you want to come?
She will definitely hear from USC. What do people call it?
USCIS. Yeah, USCIS. So that's what I'm saying, that everything that he has said, right, they would check it against the timeline that he gave and check it against the timeline that she got started either processing her documentation or the timeline around when she got her document. You see, we just are in sensitive times. We just have to, breed and power through the next 2 years.
Well, I agree with DJ Big N though. I think she should have, because like you said, she should have kept quiet. She has a lot to lose. However, there are some things
not necessarily keep quiet. Not necessarily keep quiet. Maybe do a video or the proof she's providing now. If that was her first move, it will carry some more weight than coming out to do that video of the dance. You want to show me love?
No, that was very childish. Yeah.
So now you're mocking a man. First off, by Nigerian standards, it's hard for you to see a grown man cry.
Yes.
And then
no. We can't also diminish her pain because he came out to say, Baba, I said,
but what pain if she's dancing? What pain if she's dancing?
That was a mockery. She was mocking
Mary,
him.
you are talking about pain when the person who you are saying is paying was dancing? How do you defend that in court? You know, the court is not like us.
No, but I feel like if you were in her shoes, for example, and somebody comes out to actually talk about your benching experience when you guys were married, it's somehow, let's be honest. So she has the right to react the way she's reacting because it's actually weird.
And I agree, but my question is, there's something that I have always, so there is one word during one interview that I saw Genevieve do, and this was over 15 years ago. Genevieve, in one of those rare interviews that she granted, let me tell you something she said. She said, I do not wrestle with pigs. That's what she said. Someone was asking her to defend a stand. I can't remember what it was. But I see, you know how you hear something and it sticks with you and you carry it for life? The person asked her to defend herself. She said, no, I do not wrestle with pigs, because when you wrestle with a pig, it will defeat you with experience and then you will be muddied all over. So why am I saying this is you already know that you have moved on from Nigeria, and you're not one of those people who moved on from Nigeria and is currently struggling. You're doing good. You're in fintech, right? In the software space. You recently built your own home or bought her own home. She already has a green card. Everything is going well. Now you have an aggrieved party, an ex, he's crying, he's thinking. Now, Robbie went to the U.S. Embassy and didn't get a visa. So that alone, I mean, if they both, when they got married, sorted out life and the plan was, okay, you go first, I'll call you later. And then somehow, years down the line, he's unable to join her and he's now hoping on her to join him. It builds some kind of resentment. I don't care what you're telling me. He's human. He will be asking himself questions around how is it that things worked out for her so far, and
it didn't work out for me,
and it didn't work out for him. It's just a normal, natural reaction. And so now he's counting several things like, I'm 48, I have no kid, I hoped on this woman, it did not work out. What I would do if I really wanted to debunk what he's saying is to say, okay, guys, this is what actually transpired. Here is my side of the story. But coming out to do a dance, you just got married. You are the one with the visa, the citizenship or green card, whatever she has right now. I don't think she has a green card. I don't think she has citizenship, but a green card, right? Mm-hmm. You are the one who has higher stakes. So if you were to come side by side, Robbie, you have more to lose. That's what I'm saying. So at that point, I will ask myself, going head to head with this guy, at what cost is it to me?
To me.
Knowing the client.
Deep. I love it.
Do you understand? Because now she's gone head to head. Even if Robbie was just, he was just venting. What I saw in that interview was a man who was scorned and he was venting, right? Mm-hmm. But now she's picked up upon the points that he made a dance video, did a monologue or a reel about when she falls in love and disrespect and all of that good stuff. I'm not saying that Mayowa doesn't have valid points, because there's always two sides to a story. I don't care what you say, but anytime a marriage breaks down, it is both parties' fault. One person is not entirely a saint and the other person a demon. It's entirely up to both of them. There are faults on both sides. However, one may weigh more than the other. So I'm not saying here that everything he said is right. I don't even have all the details because I didn't watch the interview. I saw the snippets and then started seeing people's comments.
So I did interview in this Nigeria and you did not watch it, Cynthia.
So I will come to your page to come and watch that Honest Bunch thing. I'm sorry, but I tapped out of them after they did that. What's the name of that girl? That small girl that was talking about her customers. And after then, I just said, I beg this podcast.
No, but I joined after that now.
No, I know, but I come to your page to catch up. That's what I'm saying. I come to your page to catch up. And you see, if you notice, I've not really been joining online because there are some things I'm pursuing here.
You're looking very pretty today, by the way. Let me just sneak that in. It's not like you're a good person.
I'm not trying.
I'm not trying to minimize Mayowa's pain in any way at all, because it's not just him who didn't have a child. Mayowa equally doesn't have a child. So you see what I'm saying? Like, so there are both parties that are pained, right? However, if I have to go fight an ex, I'll ask myself what cost fighting that ex will be to me. Knowing that he's not where I am, knowing that I probably have achieved way more than he has. So if Mayowa, for instance, God forbid, is removed from the United States, she will have a hard time trying to reintegrate herself into Nigerian, economy, or, just living in Nigeria socially.
Why? Why do you think so? Because she's well equipped. She has training. She's in tech, wherever. Now you can
It's not always that easy. It's not always that easy. Over here, people get some.
No, because see, you are just. Do you know that this lady? I watched her interview as well. A few years ago, when she was talking about men, husbands, sleep with your wives. That was probably her husband she was sending that message to, right? And he confirmed it. He confirmed it. And that's when they say love is not enough. Love is not enough. There are so many things. First of all, she slid into his DM, yeah, because I think she's a lady that
it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. No, what I'm saying is she's a lady. I feel she's a lady, very confident lady that goes for what she wants, right? So she slid into his DM. She did the thing. But the issue with that, again, is if you start it, you have to continue it. And if you get to a stage, because you started it, to continue to carry a person, right? Because she also said so many other things in other videos that I've watched that I think there was a time she supported him in starting up a business and stuff like that. And the business didn't work out and she still continued. So those things, don't you think that at the end of the day, to keep, and I think, I don't know, I also watched where she said that he's not ambitious as her or something like that.
Thank you.
So she's been saying these things for a while.
And he wasn't listening.
Yeah, she's been saying things. She's not saying it directly, but she's been saying it indirectly. She was also, I went and I just said, okay, why this? Her dance is her dance. Sometimes people grieve
through dance.
Dancing. True laughing.
You said never ever will I let somebody use me
again. Did you hear that word? Again.
She can't.
Yes,
That's what she said.
Again. So that means she has contributed. And one thing I know. In fact, these days
let me ask you. So
don't get up and just leave. Something. The marriage was breaking down.
No woman gets up and leaves a marriage. No woman. Not even a. No, she must have been taking something and and talking. She must have been talking, but the guy is not listening. He's hearing. He's not listening.
Yes, I know. What I'm saying is this. You remember, if you recall, the lady in pink, what's your name?
Mary. Love is not enough.
Mary, remember about 5 minutes ago, I said both parties have.
No. I said back to Nigeria. What makes you think she will not make it? She can get jobs anywhere. So she will make it.
I'm not saying she's not going to make it. Listen, I'm not saying she's not going to make it. I said, having been away for so long, reintegrating into Nigeria would not be an easy fit. Over here, you get your stuff by merit. In Nigeria, it's who you know. Let's not pretend we don't know how the system works.
Yes, and
that's what I mean.
Fraudsters are getting away with doing nonsense on the internet. Talking of that she even has a handwork, that she's even learned. People that are not learned, people that are thieves, pure daylight thieves, are still making ends meet. Talking of her, that she has a skill. She has a skill.
The pathway is different. Plus, she may not even want to come back. I don't think she wants to come back. I'm just saying.
Way, she's okay. Cynthia, for the fact that is there, I don't want to say too much because I'm not finished the one I said before.
No one is saying that she's not okay or she will not be okay. What I'm saying is,
very, very okay.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying she's not going to be okay. I'm just saying, just like every other returnee, especially if she's removed. If you say to yourself today, I'm going back to Nigeria, you will go to Nigeria prepared. But if she is removed, she will not be coming back here prepared because they don't give you a chance to go back home.
She will still make it because she has not done anything. The only thing I feel as a woman to woman that she would have done is she would have called him. Although she actually said she did, they had a meeting once or twice, and she said, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes is a no. In any relationship, I will tell that to my children. My daughter, I will tell her, when you ask a man, what are we doing or where are we going? And he says, let's see how it goes. I beg, just take a walk. So she has said it so many times. Now she would have made it.
You're being emotional. I think you're being emotional. I'm talking facts here.
It's not. You're talking facts, but your facts are not her facts.
It doesn't have to be. I'm saying.
No, your facts are not her facts.
Listen, I didn't come here to argue. I'm just saying that if, for instance, now, because USCIS have been tagged multiple times by different people on various platforms, this is going to get their attention. Also, I did read a message in Tunde Ednot's chat. Lady said, mind you, that green card she has was given to her by her husband who got citizenship from me. It's right there in the comments. Go check it out. So
that's not with her, Mayowa again. That one is now a different thing entirely.
Hold on. Exactly. So hold on.
Whatever.
I'm just saying that. I don't know. Of course, people react to things differently, and I get that people have a right to react how they want to react. But if I know that I have this thing where an ex is coming for me, and I already know what's at stake, what I stand to lose in comparison to what he has to lose, I think I'll play it differently. I'm not saying that she's wrong. I'm not saying she's wrong. Hear me when I say this. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm only saying that coming out to do a dance video in the heat of him being very emotional to where he got trolled by the entire country about him being emotional was like adding salt to injury. So if his original intent was to come out and vent and leave it at venting, now she will make him want to draw blood just by mocking him with a dance.
No, men are not like that. Men are not like women. He's not drawing blood. Men are not like women like that. He has vented, and I feel he has vented, and that is it. Any other thing is extra. He's not interested. The issue
How do you know?
Is he has, and he's not. He doesn't look like a bitter person.
So now you're going off of looks. He doesn't look like a bitter. Someone who said he paid me. If people are saying that I'm acting pain, yes, I'm paid.
Listen, if that guy was bitter, you won't even see him on screen talking. Bitter people, they won't come here and be talking nonsense. They will go and do what they will do.
But guess what?
Will just fall apart.
But guess what though? People are bitter on his behalf because people are already tagging USCIS.
Yes, the only thing he's going to deal with now is probably the guilt and the shame of being expressive, which I don't think it's good for a man to cry. You see those tears he cried? He has cried out all the anger, all the bitterness, all the shame, all the rejection.
Know?
Rejection, because he cried. Rejection, everything. He cried, and those tears are not just decoration tears. They are, I just feel, and then there are women. Actually, there are women in his DM right now begging, like, look, I have everything. Even abroad here, there are women that are like, I have everything, just come. I have enough, to make arrangements for your papers or whatever. There are women, in fact, that his tears, there are women that tears is going to attract, because at least that shows he has good emotions. He still has emotions.
Vicky, a man comes out, right, while he's venting and talking about his experiences with his ex, he throws in something. We were all together in her arranged marriage. You tell me that's not someone who's bitter. Are you for real?
No, he's hurt. He's not bitter. He's hurt.
Exposing something that they both agreed to do.
He didn't say it to expose it. He just said it.
Oh, okay.
Vicky,
He
baby,
didn't say it
this
to
one no
expose it.
enter.
He just said it. Because I'm sure he didn't know that arranged marriage is illegal or is a criminal offense. You know, I'm sure he didn't.
I don't think that you really, because you are in the UK where, you guys have it fairly good compared to us. When I tell you we're in a dungeon right now, believe me, take it to the bank,
I know,
do
my
everything. I promise you, she has no idea what's coming to her. She has no idea.
What if they have better issues to deal with? What I'm just saying is,
let me tell you, Vicky, do you know these people are giving bonuses? Like they're hunting. USCIS people, they are giving them sign-on bonus. And let me tell you the reason why they come off as unsympathetic when they hold somebody. Why, no matter what you say to these people, when you beg them and everything, the reason why it looks like they are beasts and they don't listen, they don't take sorry, is because for everybody you catch, there's a bonus coming to you.
Okay, so what if her new husband is actually a citizen?
He is, because the wife said in the comments that she
the new husband.
That's what I'm saying, that the ex-wife of the new husband put in the comments that the citizenship that he has, he got through me, and he used me to get a citizenship. So now the whole thing is snowballing. That's what I'm telling you, that by the time USCIS is done investigating, she will find out now that it's no longer a conversation between her.
But what if the other guy was actually married for real and it didn't work out?
Yes, I'm not saying that his marriage was not real. You still are not tracking. You're still not tracking. I am saying her ex-husband has levied out an accusation against him.
Yeah.
Now, and he did it very emotionally, that got people's attention to where now Nigerians are tagging the relevant authorities, right? So I'm saying it will get their attention to where she will be investigated. And now when they're investigating her, they're going to compare the timeline that he gave in his story, right, to what's happened, to the situation and the timeline around when she applied for hers. The first thing they would do is to investigate whether or not she was formally divorced from her husband, whether it's legally or customary in Nigeria. Wow. That's what's going to put her in trouble. In the past, right, you can come in. So let me tell you what's happening now. The difference between then and now is that then, before this current administration we have, once you escape and get your green card or your citizenship, you're good. Now, whether or not you have your citizenship or your green card and there is anything levied against you, they will go back to go investigate the pathway. So they will now then disqualify you based off of the information you provided. They will try to establish that you misled or misrepresented the information that you provided at the time. That's what's happening right now. And we are seeing citizens being removed from here. Citizens that are not doing anything just because something little happened, they go and start investigating them. That's why I'm saying, again, I'm not saying that she did something wrong or she wasn't at liberty to express herself however way she deems fit. I'm only saying that compared to an ex in Nigeria who seemingly doesn't have much going for him compared to what she has going on, I would weigh the cost of going head to head with him. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying she's wrong and he's right.
But she didn't go head to head. She just made a video though.
Okay. Well,
no, okay. By law, okay. Let's say we don't know these people, and you're supposed to defend her. She did a video where she was dancing. She didn't mention anybody's name. She didn't mention anybody.
Are you serious?
No, yeah. She didn't mention anybody's name. You know, the law is, they say the law is an ass, yeah? And sometimes your evidence doesn't prove anything. She made a video, and then on her page,
There are lots of videos like that. It's just that that video happened few days after, and after, and after. But she was dancing.
Exactly. Yemkem. See, Yemkem is saying that a community is still traumatized over ICE in Minnesota. They are still traumatized despite the fact that people have been removed from top leadership. If you guys have an idea what is happening
we accept that. I'm not arguing that. I accept that, yes, that America is different, yeah? Now, it might happen and it might not happen. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, are they doing that based on, they are doing that based on what they've heard about the green card thing that the ex-husband said. That's what they're doing that. Yeah? So, it's talking about the video, for me, I don't think that has to do with anything. Yeah? Because when a man comes out to say everything that's supposed to be between the two of you, she didn't do well, oh. She did not do well at all. The only thing she did not do well is she could have expressed herself clearly. This marriage is not working.
The guy also said she was collecting money from him.
Exactly.
I'm telling him that the money is not even enough.
So that's misleading when you know you don't want a man. So you see, this is where I differ. I'm sorry, but ladies, there's no such thing as being smart. If you don't want a man, refuse his money. You are not being smart. This man, imagine someone giving you 500K from 200K. Yes, when we look at 500K. Hold on. When we look at Nigeria and look at 500K, it's nothing to me and you, Victoria. But I promise you, when you have to earn it in Nigeria, that is a
Some people have to work for 4 months to get it.
Yes. And so somebody works, makes 500K and says, "Oh, my spouse." Yes, when he changes the money and sends it, it's peanuts compared to what she probably works for. But at that point, it's not the fact that he sent 200K that should be the issue. It's the fact that he's providing from Nigeria.
So this whole have you thought about the fact that there are deeper things that she's not even talking about that must have hurt her over the years? Yeah? And in her mind, she's just like, let me just be going. This is an opportunity. Let me just be going and see if it will change. Have you thought about the fact that there could be deeper things that were in that, okay, fine. There's this incident, there's this part he said he chats men and women, but he chats. Okay, if you're married, why are you chatting up other people, knowing that this lady chatted you as well? So, and there's one thing they say in Igbo language. There's a parable that they say, so she knows how she got you, right? And then she's still there, and you're also doing the same thing with other people. So I just feel that she's been going through whatever she's going through, and she's not talking about it. And she just, you know what? Let me just go to this place and chill. And he didn't change. It's very, very painful. I mean, I watched him break down. It's utterly, utterly painful. But I like the fact that he broke down. It is good that a man who says a man shouldn't cry. It's good he cried it out. It's good he broke down. Now, it's just that men like this, when they flip, I pity his next relationship, I swear. The girl will suffer tire. The guy go pay back.
Not necessarily. It's not everyone. It's not. I disagree with.
This mistake will not happen the second time. This mistake will not happen again.
Why will the mistake happen a second time to begin with? Like, who makes such mistake twice? Let's even start.
No, because now a guy like him, when the woman says "I love you," he's like, what are you loving? What are you loving? And she probably genuinely...
Vicky, where's your face? Where are you? Like, I'm just in a dark room.
Don't mind Vicky. She wants to run.
I'm already in bed. You know what time? I'm not in America. This is UK. This is almost midnight.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
So, yeah. So, the guy is, any woman will enter in life now, the woman will suffer. She will pay back. This is what is called transferred aggression.
Not necessarily. I've seen who went through a nasty experience and they learned from it
the next person, and they went on to live on well. Like he said, he's 48 years old. He doesn't have a child. So I think that on its own is goal or purpose right now going forward. That, right? So I don't think being mean to women would give him a child. So I think at this point he's trying to pick up the pieces and see what he can do with his life moving forward, especially because the ex-wife in question, is now married to someone else. And of course he needs therapy. He needs therapy too. My thing is,
Nigerians don't believe in therapy. You know, he believes in talking to his friends, and his friends are not going to be telling him the things that he needs to hear. But yes, he does need therapy. But there's underlying issue that even allowed it to get to this. I mean, you know, honestly, the signs were there. I don't want to say too much because the signs were there from the beginning, from what he was saying. The signs were there. He just overlooked it. The kind of person, her personality. Her personality is not the humble, submissive, you know. Her personality is a confident woman that this is what I want. And if you're not giving it to me, I'm out of here.
And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, well, in Nigeria, African standards, a woman should not know what she wants. You should align. A woman should align. How dare you be ambitious? How dare you?
I do not agree with you because they're married, right? And then she left for the US. And according to him, they both agreed to her doing arranged marriage. So that's a supportive partner. That right there is a supportive partner, because a man can tell you, you know what, if you go, this marriage is over. Or I don't think I like the idea.
She's the one that just wants to go. She didn't just want to go. She needed his help at this point. She needed his support. This is a marriage.
And he supported her. So,
yes.
So that tells you that he's a supportive
And along the line, she said something. She said she's either in love or out of love. You know, my point is, she's been dropping these hints. She's been dropping clue cards. And because the guy not understanding, she's been dropping clue cards. Like, it's either I'm in love with you or I'm not in love with you. I don't know how to stay in between. Men, you are not doing. She's been dropping it, right? And her shakara is, look, I don't have time for this all this one people are talking. It's a pity that, like you said, she should have thought about the glass house before throwing stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's going to shatter her whole house. Mm-hmm. She should have thought about it and just decided, you know what?
Point. So you see, now you're coming to my point, because
she should have.
I don't care less about what happened.
No, but
for me, and that's why when I came on, I said the angle I'm coming from is what she stands to lose, given how wide this thing has blown open. So I really don't care for the details of who's right or who's wrong. I careless. My thing is, when you're fighting an ex and you have a lot to lose, and they have way less to lose, because someone who's on the ground doesn't have anywhere to fall to. But if you're here, you're definitely going to hit the ground. That's why I'm saying that people now align with him, or let me say support him, because they saw him become emotional, and that sparked, and you know, Nigeria is a very emotional country, so people are like, oh, a grown man is crying, they're not used to such things. And while some people were dissing him about crying, people were you know, sympathizing with him, which led some people to start tagging the authorities. So my own thing is, what she stands to lose by what may be coming down the pipeline, just because people are tagging the authorities. For me, I don't care whether she's right, he's wrong, whoever marries who, I don't care. My thing is, you should approach it differently, knowing that you stand to lose something. Period. That's all me. I just came on here to say.
All right, guys. I think at this bombshell, we could say goodbye and good night. It's been an amazing day. Thank you to everyone who joined. None of you bought my money guns. It's a shame that I had almost 500 people watching on TikTok. Nobody bought my money guns. It's a shame that we had over 315 people watching on YouTube. No super chats. No super chats, super stickers, and super likes. Nothing where they sell, where when they buy, and I tell them, say, bring. Why don't you bring the person? Why are you to bring the person? Anybody you want to see now, bring the person. God bless you, Simba, for popping my money gun. Thank you.
Just now that you said it.
Nobody is popping my money gun. No mind them. They just want free stuff. And I've been saying I'm good.
Pop the money gun.
Simba pop when I not get hand. Why am I even keeping on the comment section? First of all, let me lock that nonsense. I don't know. I know people they get anything with comments.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Is that Mayowa that wants to join? Wow.
Oh no, but again, Cynthia, like the baby.
A lady called Mayowa is calling me. Could this be the Mayowa? But you know what? I'm not even interested in hearing anything again. I want to go and sleep. They are not paying my money gone.
Nigeria is a bad country. What's your problem? Nigeria is a bad country.
They are not popping my money gone, so I don't even want to know whether Nigeria is good or bad. It's Nigeria's problem.
Is Nigeria a bad country? Relocate.
I don't even care at this point.
I cannot manage. I can't manage in that country. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. Hunger will kill me because first of all, my line of job, they don't need it. They rather go to church for therapy. They don't believe in psychology for therapy. And then the few psychology we have, the fake people have infiltrated the whole industry that you don't even know who is real. I can't. Let me just stay here.
If you are watching on YouTube, you don't buy super chat, super stickers, and super likes. I know Kuku read your message.
YouTube, what are you doing? Buy the
don't
super
mind them.
likes,
Buy.
super stickers, super
They want me
chats,
to come
super
back. They want me to come back and stay and talk and all that, but they are never ready to make it worth my while. It's just how I will serve them. Like I came to this world to suffer.
All right, y'all, I have to fall out. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Love you all.
Good night. Yeah.